Millions have experienced it, and each one of us can experience that. It's authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. For the power of alchemy, the pramanas, the evidences, the Shastra Pramana, scriptural evidences, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures. Apta Pramana, the experience and the results of Aptas. Aptas are millions of rishis, munis, ganas, nainamas, alvars, siddhas who have manifested all the powers of Paramashiva. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. Bhagavan placed the Leela to showcase how a cognitive shift can manifest as a superconscious being. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of millions of disciple devotees followers all around the world manifesting the powers of Paramashiva initiated by Bhagavan in Kailash Courtyard. Beautifully, Bhagavan says, whoever comes to the Kailash Courtyard, I myself will be there, manifesting through them all the powers of Paramashiva, bringing all the auspiciousness and abundance and healing in each one of them. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Bhagavan has beautifully given the Pramanas for us to understand the depth of each of these powers. The Shastra Pramana, for the power of alchemy, changing the metal to gold.
Kurta Shastra Pramana, eternal. Truth revealed in the source scriptures.
तृतीय पाटला by ईश्वरा वाक् सिद्धिः कामचारित्वं दूरदृष्टिस्तथैव च दूरश्रुतिः सूक्ष्मदृष्टिः परकायप्रवेशनं बिन्मुद्रलेपने स्वर्ण मदृश्यकरणं तथा भवन्त्येतानि सर्वाणि कीचरत्वं च योगिनां वाक् सिद्धिः कामचारित्वं दूरदृष्टिस्तथैव च दूरश्रुतिः सूक्ष्मदृष्टिः परकायप्रवेशनं बिन्मुद्रलेपने स्वर्ण मदृश्यकरणं तथा भवन्त्येतानि सर्वाणि कीचरत्वं च योगिनाम्.
Bhagavan says all these powers, Vak Siddhi, Dura Drishti, Dura Shishti, Kagatam, flying in air, seeing in distance, hearing in distance, making the metal into gold. All these great things happen when we are more matured in the inside, understanding the conscious sovereignty. That Bhagavan again and again says, he doesn't work on the mind. Mind does not exist. We can't see it, we can't do anything with it. What we have is the brain, Bhagavan says. I make the superconsciousness reflect in our brain by increasing the frequency of the brain. And when Bhagavan gives the initiation or the hug, we start vibrating in a higher frequency. Then the way the mind experiences the whole reality is complete. It starts understanding the quantum space, quantum wave, how it can manifest as a higher dimension, higher reality. How, as a child, you don't understand when the clay dough breaks. You still think that my clay is broken, or somebody has taken the clay, or she has more clay than me, or whatever you go through with the clay. You don't understand that you are the owner of the clay. You can make any item with the clay, and you can decide what to do and what not to do. Everything as your reality. But nobody tells you, and now you understand. You start crying. Then the mother fixes the doll which is broken in the clay, and again you're happy. That is how we are trying to get the blessing from Bhagavan to run our life. It is just a mirage. We are searching something. Finally, we get depressed and bored and tired, and finally disease and death. The mind gets owned away, and finally it understands there should be something more than this. Nothing is fulfilling, nothing is making me experience the higher reality. Bhagavan beautifully gives us all these great processes, the power manifestation, which pokes hole in the self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred, and makes us understand what Bhagavan is saying, Pasu, Pasa, and Pati. When we are having all the obsessive, compulsive, reactionary life, we are stuck in the outer world. That is the emotion, Pasu, and Pasa, the individual soul which we are, the Pasu, and that can get merged when we unclutch and have a complete completion, that everything that we are experiencing is redundant and irrelevant. When we understand how the dream is redundant, irrelevant, when we wake up from the sleep, when we wake up from this deep slumber that we are Paramashiva, Parashakti, we will also experience the higher reality that we are quantum, that we can manifest anything we want in a life and everything listens to us, and whatever we want, that is the manifestation that happens. The quantum space, how we exist, the higher reality, and how we become adult, we understand how silly we were when we were a kid. Same thing when we wake up, we understand we were already that and why we did not know that. Bhagavan beautifully says how we can experience the oneness as Pasu, Pasa and Pati. Pati is eternal, and simply merging into the Pati, we experience the oneness and start manifesting the powers. When we understand the higher cognitions and higher reality that Bhagavan is giving us in practical reality, we start experiencing the Shaktis manifesting of Bhagavan through us. Here, Konganar, he saw that Shivavakyar was very poor and he wanted to do something. So he went home and his wife was there. He asked her to bring some iron things, and all the irons he made it gold, gave it and went off. All the Siddhas were able to do all these great signs. The Bragadishwar temple, the one of the largest temple, was completely in gold, and beautifully the Britishers have documented it, 250 tons of gold. Yes, they have looted it, but how did they make so much of gold? How did India be so rich? Because they were all rich in the inner space. It's a land of all these Siddhas and Devas and Devatas, and all of them reside in India to manifest and show that Paramashiva is real and he exists in the reality for us to experience and enjoy every dimension of him. Bhagavan beautifully speaks in the Atma Pramana that he was once with a yogi in the north where he used to take smoke and he used to put a copper coin in that. And once he puts a copper coin, it will simply turn into gold at the end of his smoke, and he would drop everything with the dust and there will be a gold coin. He'll go sell that gold coin and buy more of that thing, that whatever he was using for as inhaling. All that siddhas keep them grounded with all these things. We use it for a different purpose. The greatest science is how did they make that as gold? Bhagavan beautifully says, when you mature in your inner space, you start maturing in the outer reality. Like right now, you're seeing the screen with all the letters and you see all of them with pictures and letters. But actually, they are all pixels. Same way, we are quantum and we are manifesting our body and mind to run this life. But we are not that. Disconnecting from the body, that how it is not me, it is also me. Bhagavan beautifully says, it does not that it does not exist, but it exists in a different dimension, different way, different possibilities. When we understand how our mind is a processor, it cannot experience anything and it does not exist. It just starts functioning in way you want when you declare the conscious sovereignty. Now in outer world they call the neuroplasticity, that you fast for one day. Bhagavan has given beautifully the fasting for the Navaratri just by having warm water. The fasting really creates the survival and it makes the neuroplasticity to make you understand you're beyond all this logical life and there's something beyond that you can manifest as reality when you have the Guru Bhakti and surrender to Bhagavan. Again and again, Bhagavan has given us the only ultimate reality. Surrender to Bhagavan and simply he will manifest the conscious sovereignty, the quantum space, who you are. What is that who's experiencing all these greater reality will unfold in you. The more you manifest powers, the more you get closer to the reality. Now we are going to take a lead or a copper coin, whatever you have. If you see the whole periodic table, there will be only one difference between the lead and the copper, the photon difference. But simply you can change that into the next metal as gold. The Siddhas knew the science and they were able to manifest that simply by chanting, by many other methods of manifesting that reality. Now we are going to experience that. You can have a deity, you can have padukas. Make sure you wipe everything. There is no sticky or anything liquid. It's clear and it's clean all over the place, including your hand. Let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line and visualize Paramashiva, Devi, Parashakti or Sundareshwai. Just become melting, sitting in that bhava, continuously holding that bhava. It's not you who's thinking that it is Devi, but Devi herself sitting with 25 heads, 75 eyes and 50 hands with all the ayuda, the weapons. So gracefully, so beautifully, so compassionately. Sit as Devi herself and be in the bhava, unclutched from everything that you know as your identity. Just like a dream, just unclutch from everything for a few minutes. Nothing happens to you. Rather, everything will be much more in a brighter, beautiful auspiciousness and abundance. Intensely entangle with Bhagavan, chanting the Mahavakya continuously from your navel center and with the deep listening. The listening is the key, the whole context of how power manifestation happens. They say when you mirror something, you have to be in deep listening, and the deep listening happens when you're in deep love or deep gratitude or surrender or yearning for something. Then the whole cognition shift happens. That is why listening is one of the most important. When you're in deep love, you are waiting to see somebody, waiting to experience that, waiting to want that again and again. Same way, surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Earn for that space for manifestation of Bhagavan in you as the reality. And chant deeply, not loudly, with a deep listening. Let's start the power of alchemy, chanting the Mahavakya.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So beautiful. Now verify around you if there is any gold dust, or in your hand if you see any glitters like this. You can put even the cell phone light and check, or you see the object that you have kept, the metal, copper, or you have a lead which has changed. Take a picture of that and you can share it with the world. How amazing Bhagavan is giving you all the prasada again and again, showing the presence that He is the very existence, how He is manifesting your life. Bhagavan says a beautiful story, how Vishnu was running here and there, and once the Garuda came, he came back and sat. Lord Lakshmi asked, what happened? Why did you run and why did you come back? And beautifully, Lord Vishnu says that I was seeing a sadhu meditating and manifesting, and all the others were throwing stones at him. So I wanted to rush and save him. But the minute I wanted to go, I saw he has taken the stones and he is hitting back. So since he is doing, I came back. That is exactly what Krishna told Arjuna. Once you let me manifest everything, I will manifest everything in your life. Surrender yourself completely and you will experience the ultimate space. When Gopikas asked to the flute, how come you're always in Krishna's hand, in his hip, in his mouth? Always he is with you. All the flute said the only one thing, see, I am empty. There is nothing inside me. So I'm always with Krishna. Empty yourself and let Krishna flow as the beautiful music. That is exactly how we manifest our life. When we surrender our fears, our pain, our guilt, our cunningness, all that we know, and surrender to Bhagwan's lotus feet, and in deep gratitude, start earning for Paramashiva, Parashakti to become reality, we will experience all the auspiciousness, abundance, bliss, and much more that we are the Brahmanya Bahuputratam. We are the chosen inheritance of the cosmos where we can manifest anything we want as reality. Bhagavan says we can cover the whole world with gold, doing the samyama that he gave till October 15th, just being in silence. All this great truth that Bhagavan has given really manifest as auspiciousness and abundance when we understand that conscious sovereignty is the way of existing and way of manifesting our reality. With the deep gratitude and oneness, let's have one more cycle and deeply connect to Bhagavan in the oneness quantum space and start chanting the Mahavakya intensely from your navel center and with the deep listening and surrender to Bhagavan, get just absorbed by Parashakti, absorbed into the space of oneness with Paramashiva. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya to experience the power of alchemy.
Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham.
Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham.
Let the Amrita pour,
Paramashivoham.
let the Varni open up,
Paramashivoham.
manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So beautiful. Please open your eyes and verify again. If you see any gold dust, please take a picture of that and share all this in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. It is given at the left corner at the bottom. All these great signs, when you share again and again, when you go back and read it, you will understand how much of conscious sovereignty you have lived. And that beautiful signs, when you start reading your own post, then only you start believing that you are Paramashiva. And thank Bhagavan in each of the posts. And if you see a dollar sign, you can contribute to Kailasha. The Navaratri time is the beautiful time to offer and share all that Bhagavan is showering on us to the world. Thanking all of you for coming here and manifesting the powers, and thanking Bhagavan with deep gratitude and earning Paramashiva as my word, thought and action, and seeing everybody as Paramashiva as my reality. Holding that powerful space, let's end the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. See you after the next satsang or darshan in Kailash Kotyar manifesting power session. Next 6 p.m. you'll have it in the Zoom session. You can log in through eKailash.